pictures and videos are A-okay. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? Woo! Having a good con so far? Woo! We'd like to thank you all for coming and we hope you're all excited. Today we're going to have a little bit of character Q&A and then we're going to have some trivia with some prizes. So, first and foremost, like I said, we'd like to welcome you all to the panel. I already pretty much explained what we're doing, so as an audience member, we would like you to please be respectful of the panelists and other people around you. We are very, very excited to have you here with us today. First and foremost, we're going to start off with our character Q&A. Feel free to ask any questions that fall within our Q&A rules, which we will be going over in just a moment. Please keep in mind that we're portraying these characters to the very best of our abilities. If a question does not follow the panel rules, we will skip it. And now we will present our Q&A rules. So first and foremost, raise your hand if you have a question. If we call you, please stand up in your place and loudly present your question to the panel. Please try not to ask one character too many questions. Try to include every panelist if you can. If we think that one character is getting too many questions, we might try to redirect the question or we try to find a new question. Please try to steer clear of any personal headcanons or ships, etc. Please don't ask any questions revolving sensitive topics like illegal substances, abuse, so on and so forth. This is a PG-13 panel, so please no cussing. If we find that your question is inappropriate, we will move on. Please no harassing any particular character. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Oopsie, so we're gonna start off with our character Q&A now. If you have any questions for anyone in the panel, go ahead and raise your hand. Yes, you there.
Who's out? How much is Johnny's budget for luxury studio products?
I can't disclose that information.
All right, any other questions? Come on, don't be shy. There we go.
I love it all. I like helping Mondstadt and its people. I also like meeting all kinds of travelers that pass in through Mondstadt. It's very rewarding and very fun to see and meet everyone.
I'll just hold the mic until someone needs it.
Yes, you.
Are you a vampire?
You're probably very interested in this question.
I am not inclined to answer that.
You there.
Miss Hina has a very, very busy schedule. I have been trying to convince her to come out and meet with people, but she's very, very shy and doesn't like to make public appearances, but I'll put in a good word for you.
You in the back.
I spend most of my time sleeping. I don't waste my time with that. I'm too busy with my missions.
definitely hide and seek, and I don't go easy either.
Yes, you with the black mask.
I'm sorry, what?
My favorite thing about being reunited with Lumine is that we can finally do our sibling hangouts again.
Yeah, I really miss my brother, so.
Any other questions? Ayato?
Jaylene, what's the least favorite thing you've ever cooked?
Nothing. I love everything.
More questions? Over there? Cowboy hat? No.
How's life on 8-hour shift?
Well, I love traveling, so just anywhere she takes me, I'm just here with the wind.
Zanisa?
Have y'all noticed that gum's gotten mintier lately?
One more time?
Have you guys noticed that gum has gotten mintier? Mintier. It's mintier.
Can we answer?
Am I nuts? Am I crazy?
No, I don't think you're crazy, actually. I think you're onto something.
I think you're right.
We might have to do more research on this. I'll get back to you.
I just want to know how much mint gum you consume that you know notice the difference between types. No judgment, of course, but like just curious.
I don't particularly chew gum, but I definitely have noticed the difference as of late. Okay, I believe that.
Yeah.
What's the chances of Albedo singing Let It Go
Is it low?
it's very low. I can't make any promises.
Mr. Albedo sings while he works sometimes, but it's only sometimes. I think you should, but only if you're comfortable.
Yeah, I do.
I think our alchemist should do it. I'll start a GoFundMe against with the knife. I'll pitch in $5 right now.
Okay, one lyric.
One lyric. Let it go. Let it go.
Right over there. Yes, you.
Gandhi, have you ever considered using aim locks?
Is this thing working? Okay, so aimbots?
Yeah.
What's that?
That's sort of like aims toward you.
Oh, I don't need that. I've never heard of such technology.
Right there.
Are you secretly an adopted child as you long and day out?
I could be one of many.
Oh, right in the back, right in Shogun.
You know, I suppose that I don't really need to take breaks. You know, my only hobby is my job. So I would say that my breaks, usually, if I take one, they'll consist of naps. That's about it. I don't really do much else. Thank you, though.
Right in the front.
For the travelers, what's your least favorite box of ice cream?
You know, it really depends on what element I choose, but most of the time it's the electrohypostasis.
When I tell you I hate fighting the hydrohypostasis, I cannot stress enough. That is stressful.
I don't even fight that thing.
So Eula,
Yes.
how many instances of revenge have you planned up for this con?
I think 6 at this point in time. Maybe more later.
Okay.
More questions?
You guys are more shy than me.
You in the back.
What's my favorite way to get more business? Is that what you're saying? I offer my services to everyone that I see ever, and I'm not getting as many as I would like. Please, if you know anybody, let me know. I do not endorse this behavior.
Yornia, if you could babysit Klee again, what would you do? If I could what? Babysit Klee again, what would you do?
Oh my gosh, we would have so much fun. We would play hide and seek, and then we would make things go explode, and then I would teach her how to make fireworks, and it would just be the best day ever. Oh my gosh.
Slow down.
How do you feel about the explosion parts of that?
While I personally don't mind any way that Klee chooses to express herself and her feelings, I do know that certain colleagues of mine have very strong opinions about it.
Come on, Albedo.
Like I said, I myself have no qualms against it. But I believe that I would get in some deep trouble at work if I let it happen.
They ain't gotta know. I babysit Klee every once in a while for a lot of different nights, and the property damage is so high. If I invested that money, I could probably become the next like princess or whatever, president, I guess, since we're a democracy.
I just want to say that whenever I'm not out on a mission, I do try to keep an eye on their shenanigans when they are together. So to keep the property damage lower, it would be a lot higher.
I did have a garden at one point.
Sucrose, what is the weirdest things you've gone to? You get a bone that's busted, stuff.
Okay, so this one, right? Okay. I don't know where I found this. But I did find it, and it was not of something that was living, so I will not need Mrs. Hootao's services. Oh goodness. I was out on a walk, and I found it, and I was like, Mr. Albedo, can I keep it? And he was like, no. But I kept it. I kept it. It's nice. Good job.
You kept it?
Oh, that's a figment of your imagination. It's not real, Mr. Albedo.
We're gonna talk about this later.
Yes, Mr. Albedo.
You the White Hat.
Okay. Johnny, how many siblings does Clara's here document you're aware of?
Okay, so let's not get me started on this topic. I would say she has Shinho and me, and maybe travelers. I do not endorse this behavior though. I would say just about 4, but I think I'm the best of them. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, that is a fabulous, fabulous question. I would love to give you more information about that, but for now, I will keep that to myself.
Right there. Over there. You, yes. Yeah, you.
tell you that? I don't think I did. That's a secret of mine. You don't need to know the answer of whether I have a fox or more habits.
Yes?
Question for the general panel. Why do they call it an oven if you open the hot food?
Alright, we'll try to get to the right now.
I agree. So why do they call it an oven if you You know, this is a very good question. Yes, this is quite an intriguing question, actually. While I can't tell you the answer at this moment, I think that this might have to be something that I look into.
I put my work aside for this.
If that's wordplay, you might want to go to Lisa, because I'm not really a linguist.
Yeah, if that is wordplay, please go to Lisa. I'm begging you. I cannot do it.
It's okay, Amber. We don't really, well, at least I don't really cook very often, so I don't think I'm exactly the expert for when it comes to ovens. Vengeance, on the other hand.
She doesn't mean that.
Anytime Eula's cooked for the Knights of Favonia's potluck, it's always somehow cold in the middle.
I actually enjoy your food, even if it is just a little cold in the middle. I enjoy it. You try your best. That's all that matters. Thank you. You're welcome, Eula.
I've not consumed enough dandelion wine for this.
I do all the cooking, so yes.
I've never used an oven.
Yeah, I do all the cooking, Ethan.
You don't want to see me cook. I can cook over a fire. Sorta. I'm never trying your food again.
Well, if I must say anything about an oven, is that I don't use it that often. As a Chilean, most of the time we don't use ovens. We just use our hands. And I'd say we more use little bowls to mix things around and get seeds and stuff, which is really nice.
I think ovens are one of the greatest things known to mankind ever. I use them all the time. They are my most favorite thing. I don't necessarily need them all the time because I love to cook all the time for everyone because everyone is my friend, but I love them as well.
I'm sorry, dear. Is this question about my opinion of ovens? Maybe. Perhaps. If I was forced to give an opinion on ovens, I prefer fried food. I like fried tofu, so I suppose anything that can heat up a dish with oil in it, I would be in favor of. Also, I don't think the original question was in English, but that's all right.
Well, if it's an oven, that means there's fire, right? And if there's fire, that means there's fireworks, so I bet it's okay.
I personally prefer anything cooked over a campfire, so I can travel easier. Oven just seems to kind of hinder.
That's very hipster of you to talk about.
The sing show in the back?
Strange ingredients.
Did you ask Solwing what her, strangest ingredient was?
How does she find her strange ingredients?
I really don't think that I find my ingredients. I prefer to think that they actually come to me because we have such a great relationship.
Would you guys eat Ayato's food?
I don't eat often, and when I do, I prefer for it to be something familiar or something convenient.
I've only heard tales. And it kept me up.
I try anything at least once, you know. It has to be better than some people's cooking. Yeah.
That was hurtful, Amber.
No, not you. Someone else with blue hair who has a cryovision. Like Kaya, for example.
You said Kaya had wonderful food the last time we talked. Anyways.
I lied.
Okay. My taste is a little bit higher than Ayato's food, but I wouldn't mind trying it at least once or twice. Maybe more about one side. I tend to stick to something more familiar.
I do all of my own cooking, and I cook for my brother, so I've never tried his food. I don't know if it's good or not.
I've tried it. It's not the worst. It could be better. It's always rude.
Sounds like you're cooking.
Well, I must say that Ayato's not the one cooking. It's Toma. And if it's Toma cooking, then it's pretty good. Ayato, on the other hand, I'm so sorry, but I'll stick to rice.
Well, I think he is a great cook. I'm sure there are more things that I could add to make it a little more spicy and interesting for myself. But no hate.
Do you want to repeat that question for me one more time? My ghost was talking to me.
Would you eat Ayato's cooking?
Probably, just for fun. I'd probably give it to other people as well, in case something were to happen to them. And then maybe someone could come to my funeral parlor, to my party, for fun. No.
If he can make some delicious dongos, I would certainly give it a try.
Did he max his proficiency on anything? Then yes, maybe.
Aether, how did you survive without meat and you can't cook?
Emergency food.
Who's in the front?
This one's for both Yai, Nako, and Sucrose. How much time, if any, do you spend grooming?
Oh. Miss Miko, do you want to answer this first? I have to think about this.
As for me, I just wake up looking like this. No time at all.
Does my fur look bad? Well, it takes a while because they kind of move and it's not fun. I would say an hour.
Multiple hours.
I've clogged a few drains.
I have one question for you. What does the hawk say?
That's a secret I'll never tell.
What is the greatest revengeance you have ever encountered?
Ooh, that is quite a wonderful question. Let me get this out of the way. This is in my face right now. I would say the greatest vengeance I have accomplished was a rather petty one, but good one. The Luke was being awfully rude, and so I might have replaced 10 bottles of it full of colored water. No one noticed the difference. It was quite silly, but so great. The greatest kind of vengeance.
Archon do you find the most troubling to deal with in the civilian time?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Which Archon do you find the most hard to deal with in the civilian time?
You know, that really depends on how often I see them. Because they all have their flaws. I would probably say Jean-Louis, because he does not pay for anything.
I don't really appreciate being another wallet to him. Yeah, so I'd have to say Jean-Louis, definitely the worst to deal with because he didn't make himself Mora before he gave up his gnosis.
He also promises to pay you back and then never pays you back.
Now, I would like to intervene in this. He pays you back in his time.
From my experience, he's never paid back a single Mora.
I said his time, so therefore, his presence is almighty.
I don't believe you.
If you could see my face right now.
I'll only believe you when I see my Mora back.
Futile things such as Mora. I can't believe humans like this.
Albedo, how many of there are you dragon spies?
Well, I guess it's no secret that several of my coworkers have met my so-called doppelganger. And I do promise that that was not me.
Why do I not know about this?
You don't need to know, don't worry about it.
Where was I?
Let's just say none of this was my choice.
Let's just say the only good thing that came out of that entire experience of almost dying on Dragonspine was that me and Miss Yula went on a nice relaxing ice bath together.
It was quite lovely. Dragonspire is quite a wretched place regardless of that, though. But it was nice to spend time with Amber.
But to answer your question, at least one.
Are you sure about that, Mr. Alquist? I feel like me and Miss Yula will be going back again and poof, another 6 of you. We'll all have to fight them again.
You have my permission to fight them.
You had to fight them?
Don't worry about it.
A couple times, actually. You know, with other travelers, yeah.
One Albedo's enough.
I have, and I don't want to talk about it. Adding on to that, I might have lost my gliding license again. You know, apparently you're not supposed to glide into the Church of Mondstadt, but it happens to all of us, okay? I ran out of stamina.
Amber, when did this happen?
I think Rosaria was on watch that time.
If it was during the day, it was most certainly not me.
I think she might have been a little tipsy.
Naka, just between us two, have you ever cuddled your tail at night?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Just between us two, have you ever cuddled your tail at night?
You know, just between us two, and ignoring the room full of people, perhaps once or twice.
This is for the entire panel. What is your favorite vacation spot in Teyvat?
I feel like this is a no-brainer. Dragonspine?
I don't get out much. I'm not allowed to. I have work to do, so the lab, I guess?
I don't mean to be mean, Albedo and Sucrose, but I don't think you guys know the definition of vacation.
I don't.
Yeah, maybe we should go gliding sometime.
No.
Ouch.
There is work to be done.
Okay. My favorite vacation spot. I don't know. There's a lot of beautiful places across Teyvat, and as long as I'm with my friends, or even like the travelers, I find it's always really fun. It's not about the destination, it's about the people.
Maybe not the most conventional answer, but I do enjoy me some deep dungeon diving and finding wretched rapscallions along the land and taking my vengeance out on them. That's my favorite kind of vacation.
Once again, I feel like none of you know what vacation means.
Well, it's something you enjoy. Isn't that called a vacation?
No.
A seat at the tavern with a tall glass.
You know, I have to say I really enjoyed my time in the Golden Apple Arpeggio Islands. I was in caves for a long time, so.
I don't know. I didn't really get a chance to go on a vacation in my time in Teyvat. But I'd have to say my favorite vacation was going through that event with the Five Kaizen with Calix and Shinsho. I, again, haven't really had a vacation, so that's the only time I could really think of a break.
So I would assume that the word vacation means someplace that you'd like to go to, correct?
Yes.
Well, of course, North Alsom. With Palatino, that is always a vacation spot for me. She always gives me great guidance and words of advice, and I think that's the best kind of person you want to have in your life.
Wherever they grow the spiciest peppers.
This may come as an absolute shocker, but I really think that like a good vacation spot just happens to be a funeral parlor. If not there, maybe like a morgue or like a cemetery. I think those are really happy vacation places. You should come with me sometime to a morgue or a cemetery, and we can vacation and have fun. It'll be okay.
Well, I think that the Narukami Shrine is fine with me because the Shrine Maidens dote on me hand and foot, so really I don't think I need to go anywhere else.
Oh, let's see. I don't leave Inazuma very often, but when I do, I love going to Leeway during the Lantern Ride Festival. Have you seen their fireworks display?
Anywhere that doesn't hit me with lightning every 5 seconds. And being on Bedo's ship is like vacation every time, so. And just away from our children.
Do you want to know? The disrespect that this man has for not only myself, but my dear assistant, Sucrose. I swear he never thinks of anyone but himself. And I'm normally not a very malicious person, but I feel like this man has given me the right to be.
He touched my ears once. I disinfected them thoroughly. But other than that, I think he's akin to trash.
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
No words.
If there's one vengeance I have not been able to settle, it's with him. Unfortunately, I have not had a proper reason, other than his minor inconveniences to take action. Who?
To add on really quickly, I still have a scrape on my knee from when he pushed me. That's just that. You right there? Yeah.
Well, hopefully I can find a water vision user and get their help, but I guess I'm gonna have to swim.
This one's also for Kazha. I know you like to travel, but what area are you most fond of traveling? Besides the cities.
I like the mountainside, just anywhere up high where I can see good view. Write some poems.
You said the mountainside? Oh, well, I have a perfect place for you.
I'm not gonna get adopted, but I promise.
You there.
Okay, so this is from Mondstadt people, but everyone's spoke to answer. What are your guys' thoughts on Timmy?
I see him as a young man with a passion. He reminds me very much of my dear sister Klee. I have no strong feelings towards him. However, I would say that it is very important to preserve a child's dreams. And I feel as though many people may disagree with me with this particular case. But my statement still stands strong that you should preserve a child's dreams.
I helped feed pigeons once, and that was kind of fun. Until I killed one. I took its bones though, so it's okay.
I don't know if that is
Moral secrets.
It's okay. I enjoy seeing Timmy's presence at all hours of the day, because that boy seems like he doesn't have a hobby, but pigeon raising is a hobby, apparently. And if I have crash landed onto one, and I felt really bad. May that poor, what was his name, like Henry? May Henry rest in peace. I don't have very many interactions with Timmy, though I find it very strange his interest in pheasants of sorts. But I guess we all have our own gripes.
I despise children. I just like to eat his birds.
Lillian and I kind of kill them for sport.
He always seems to find more, so I mean, why not? He's gonna find more anyway.
I do kind of find it annoying when we have to apologize to him with Mondstadt hash browns every time he watches it go down.
Which is every day.
It looks like we have time for 2 more questions, so if you have, one more question, I'm sorry. So if you've had one that you've been sitting on for a really, really long time, but you're too shy to ask, now is your chance. Anybody at all? Oh, right in the back. Yes, yes.
Could you repeat that? How much more have we spent on Paimon? Or feeding Paimon? Okay. Would you like to go first, sister?
I cook a lot of the food, but Paimon's very picky, so she either eats my food or starves.
From my experience, Paimon is a whole garbage can. Like, she will eat and not stop. So I have lost over 2 million Mora, like almost as bad as Zhongli. Like, they both burn my wallet, and I cannot be their wallets.
All right, so it's about time that we're going to move on to our first trivia game. So we're going to play a game called Guess the Character Theme. We're going to play 20 seconds from 8 different character theme songs. If you think you know who the song belongs to, raise your hand. Once again, please be respectful to your other audience members. If you guess correctly, you can come up and get candy and a sticker, either Lumine or Ether, drawn by our very own Yaimiko. We're going to do one prize per person, and the candy that we have available is Jolly Ranchers or assorted chocolate, but please note that, yes, we can take 5 per person from these, but please note that there are some allergens in the chocolate. We have some peanuts, so if you are allergic to peanuts, then feel free to take from the Jolly Ranchers, or you don't have to take any candy at all. All right, we're gonna play our first character theme. Do we have any guesses? You in the front? It is not Venti. Zenitsu. It is not Dilu. Ayato. It is not Utah. It is not Eula. If you guys need, we can play another 5 seconds. Any guesses?
Spoiler alert, it's Bowser. You in the back.
It is Fischl. Okay, and while we're retrieving our prize, we are going to move on. We're going to move on to our second character theme. Okay, I see we have some. Okay, Scaramouche. Do you know the answer? It is not Cleve.
Amber?
It is not Amber.
In the back. Gone, I think, maybe? Yes.
Who? It is not Diana. Ayato. It is not Barbara. You'll play 5 more seconds of it. It is not Bennett. This is a 5-star character. It is not Ganyu. However, I will say it is a 5-star Catalyst character. You in the very back. It is Mona. Yes, good job. While we're retrieving our prizes, we are going to move on to our third character theme. like we have some hands up. Vinci with the white hat. It is not Tartaglia. Diona? Diona is correct. And while we receive our prizes, we are going to move on to our fourth character theme. Let's see. Zenitsu, yes. It is not Albedo. We're going to try to hit some people who haven't gotten prizes yet. It is not Kaching.
In the back over there.
It is Tartaglia, yes. Our fifth character theme. Venti? It is not Eula's. Zenitsu? It is not Shangli. It is not Razor.
Right over there?
It is Albedo. Yes, that is correct. And while we're moving on, we are going to do our sixth character theme. In the very front. It is Venti, that is correct. All right, we're gonna play our seventh character theme.
I don't know who went first.
Yeah, I can't tell. It seems like everyone really knows. You right there. It is Hutao, that is correct. And we're going to move on to our eighth and final character theme. More people knew that than I thought. All right, let's do the orange sweater right here. It is Xinyan. That is correct. We're going to move on to our lore trivia. Raise your hand if you think that you know the answer. Only one person will be rewarded per question for the correct answer. Please no cheating. There will be 7 questions for each element and area of Teyvat, and our panelists will be presenting those questions to you. Our trivia rules are to raise your hand if you think you know the answer. We will select someone as we have been with their hand raised. Please be respectful of each other. Don't shout answers or discourage each other from answering. If you're incorrect, we'll move on to someone else to give them a chance. If you answer correctly and win a prize once, please refrain from answering again. However, if you did win a prize from our last game, you can win another prize in this round. If you answer correctly, please come up to the table and the host or the person reading the question will present you with your prize. All right, we have our first question, which is Pyro.
Okay, first question for the Pyrovision. Okay, let's see. Question, which character includes D-Luke in their story multiple times, but D-Luke does not mention once in his own? So there's some options, A, B, C, D. A, Venti. B, Kaya. C, Jean. D, Lisa.
Girl at the very back. You.
B for Kaya. Is that what you picked? Yes, you're right. Good job.
Alright, as you are receiving your vision, go on and go down and get your vision from your Nia and Kazuha. We are going to present our next question, which is our hydro question. Miss Amber will be presenting that.
Question. Which of the title is Sing-Shou's novel and is also featured in Kokumi's idol animation? A. A Legend of Guha. B. A Legend of Sword. C. Legend of the Lone Sword. D. Legend of the Shattered Halberd. Sing-Shou? B? And you are correct. Legend of the Lone Sword.
Of course, you would know your own answer.
Cheater.
All yours. All right, we're going to move on to our animal question.
I haven't even read the question yet, guys. All right, so my question is, who was the first dandelion knight? Who do you want to pick, brother? Well, I guess I will. They can read all of the answers. So A, we have Vanessa, B is Jean, C is Varka, and D is Crevice. I can't. I'd really like to know, I don't know your name in the yellow wig. Yes, the blonde wig. Yes, you. That is correct.
Vanessa established the Knights of Favonius about 1,000 years ago.
All right, we're going to move on to our electro question.
All right, I am presenting for the wonderful Electrovision. So, which is the correct title of the statue that the Electro Archon is constructing using stolen visions? A, 100-armed, three-eyed god. B, 100-armed, thousand-eyed god. C, 1,000-armed, three-eyed god. Or D, 1,000-armed, 100-eyed god. Right here. That is incorrect. Laura? That is correct.
We will be moving on to our dendro question.
I am presenting this cool little, I have another question, sillies. I'm presenting this dendro one. So the question is, what is the name of the white talking snake that sits upon Dr. Baiju's shoulder? So your options are A, Changshang, B, Chaoyang, C, Changyun, or D, Jinyao. Purple shirt. That is correct. I have a little tidbit if you'd like to hear too. Changsheng means longevity. She is clever and blunt, but also caring of those around her. A nice little lady.
Okay, we will be presenting our cryo question, pardon me. So what is the human name of the 8th Fatui Harbinger La Signora? Is it A, Rosamund, B, Reinhilde, C, Rosaline, or D, Rapunzel?
You guys are making my job of picking someone real hard. Penguin.
It is C, Rosaline. So her name was Rosaline, and she was a fair maiden from Mondstadt. She became the Crimson Witch of Flames out of grief from losing her lover, Rostam, during the Cataclysm. And I believe that this is our final trivia question, which is our geo question.
All right, guys, so the first question, and the last question actually, which of these titles does not belong to the Lord and Savior Morax? The Geo Archon. Your options are Prime of Adepti, God of Commerce, God of Cortex, or Lord of Adepti. That is true. Gon? You are absolutely correct. Please come and give the prize.
So we'll be wrapping up our panel now. about 5 minutes left, but we are going to have to start wrapping up. So we had so much fun with you guys today. We would like to thank you all for coming. So as we wrap this up, we'd like to take a group selfie, as well as any photos that the audience would like with panelists. On the next slide, we will have the panelists' Instagrams listed. You can take a little picture of what we have up there, or if you can quickly write those apps down, feel free. But I'll allow you guys a second to do that, and then I will be doing our group selfie.
And if you ever had any burning questions that you're just too shy to ask, we're just people, well, most of us, but we're people, and you can ask them still. Selfie time.
I'm gonna try to squeeze you all in.
Y'all should like pose and be cute and stuff.
Absolutely.
Always.
She is delicious.
That's why she wasn't here.
How could she not be?
Wait, did you actually eat her?
Just a little nibble.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Why do you think she's not here?
What did she taste like?
Emergency room.
No, for scientific inquiry, what did she taste like?
You can taste the finger